future always belongs to those who believe in living their dreams. The only difference between a person with blindness and a person with normal vision is that the person with blindness cannot see things.
Assistive Technology Lab in IIT Delhi represents an attempt to create an interdisciplinary group of faculty and students and researchers who would actually work on problems related to mobility and education of visually impaired. This activity originated from very simple class project activities that we started in the mid-2000, almost 10 years back, when with interaction with people like Mr. Dipendra Manocha of Saksham Trust, where we started looking at can we find technology solutions for the mobility and education of visually impaired.
Generally, most of the labs in any academic setting try to explore what is possible with technology and then try to look for possible applications of the technology developed. But Assistech Lab actually does things which is reverse in the order. Most of the unmet needs are first identified and then we look at technology-based solutions to address these unmet needs. And in doing so, most of these solutions are actually co-created sitting with end users. Some of the end users always sit in the lab as a part of the lab ecosystem.
स्मार्ट केन यूज़ करने से पहले वाइट केन यूज़ करता था. वाइट केन केवल 1-1.5 कदम आगे तक केवल नीचे के ऑब्स्टिकल्स को बताती है, नी लेवल से नीचे, और कई जगह टकराता था और बहुत अच्छी मोबिलिटी नहीं होती थी. हमेशा किसी का सपोर्ट चाहिए या असिस्टेंस हमेशा प्रेफर करते थे. जब से स्मार्ट केन यूज़ करने लगे हैं तो कोई भी असिस्टेंस मैं नहीं लेता हूँ और पर डे 12 किलोमीटर्स तो वॉक मिनिमम है ही है, और 12 किलोमीटर्स वॉक करने के लिए स्मार्ट केन क्वाइट एफिशिएंट.
Smart cane basically fits on the top fold of a normal white cane, and it has this ultrasonic sensors which can detect the presence of objects up to a distance of 3 meters. And once the object is detected, then the information about the nearest obstacle is conveyed to the person through simple vibrations. The sensor part is adjustable so that people with different gripping styles and different heights can easily detect the obstacles from their knee to head height. SmartCan is available in India through a network of more than 50 organizations now in different parts of the country. So they have the skilled network of trainers who not only hand over the device but also provide good training.
जो अभी नए लोग कोई भी रास्ते में मिलते हैं तो वो कई दफ़े बोलते हैं यार कुछ तो दिखाई देता होगा करके, और तब अच्छी सी फीलिंग आती है बस कि हाँ मुझे भी दिखाई देता है. लेकिन स्मार्ट केन मेरे को देख के बताता है कि हाँ ऑब्स्टिकल कितनी दूर है और कहाँ से मेरे को रास्ता निकाल के जाना है.
So what we are trying to here attempt is, can we create an ecosystem of end-to-end, developing the know-how, developing the technology with interaction with the users, whereas going ahead with collaborating with industrial partners to take it forward to the society.
In developing countries, majority of the population depends upon public bus as their means of travel. And while talking about visually impaired community, there are different challenges that they faces once they are at the stop. One of the problem is that they are not able to identify the route number of the bus approaching the stop, and the second problem is they are not able to find out where is the entrance door of the bus. So these are the two different challenges that we have picked up, and this solution on board, which has two modules, one is user module and one is bus module, has been trying to solve these two challenges. And talking about the user module, it's a small compact version device in which there are two buttons. One is query and one is select button. So the scenario goes like this. So when I'm standing at the stop, as soon as I hear any vehicle or any bus approaching my stop, I will press the query button. On pressing the query button, I will get to know the number of the bus that has just entered to my stop. And if I'm interested in boarding this bus, I will press the select button. So the first challenge of identifying the route number of the bus got solved with the query button. And if I'm interested to board that particular bus, I will press the select button. On pressing the select, the speaker of the bus module will start speaking out its number. So this project had gone under different phases of trials. In third phase, we conducted our trials and used this system in Bombay-based buses. So around 25 systems were installed in 25 buses of BEST, route number 120 and 134.
1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1.
Enhancements in IT sector has changed the way we access our textual content. So books, newspapers, magazines are available online and we can access through computers. But people with visual impairment do not have that flexibility to access that content. So refreshable braille display is a device which enables people with visual impairment to access digital content using a tactile interface. On this device, the dots go up and come down in a refreshable format, and any file format can be read through this device. One line at a time. So a person will read a line, click a button, then read next line, and so on. This device can be used in 3 modes right now. So one is the standalone mode, which has a battery backup of around 6 hours. Second is with computer. So anything displayed on the screen, computer screen, will be displayed on this device. And third is with mobile phone. So a person can read a text message, type a reply, and send it using this device. To connect it to these electronic devices, we have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and USB interface. Once the device is in the market, it will enable them to use computers and other electronic devices and will also enhance them in the field of employment and education. Currently, the devices available in the market are very highly priced. So there is no penetration in the developing nation. Our target is to build an affordable device with same technical specification.
Most of the new activities start in this particular lab as student projects, and generally students do as a part of their courses a proof of concept or a proof of principle. And then we have a multidisciplinary team consisting of full-time staff who actually take over from proof of concept stage and then do a translational research and the translational work to take it all the way to a marketable product.
We have worked for many years now with IIT Delhi, and the purpose has been that we come up with the problems for which technology solutions need to be made available at affordable cost in our own language. And IIT actually does all the technical work. They actually find the solution, and this Assistech lab actually goes a way forward, much ahead of just finding the solution.
NVDA is non-visual desktop access. It is an open source screen reader for blind and visually impaired persons. It was developed by 2 blind developers, James and Michael, in Australia in 2006. It is the only screen reader which can speak text in 12 Indian languages.
I've been using NVDA since I think last 1.5 years or so, and its major advantage, which according to me, is that it's an open source software. The ability to access charts in Excel, I think that's really nice and helpful.
At Assistech IIT Delhi, we are working on enhancements which are important from the point of view of education and employment of blind and visually impaired persons.
So according to the recent WebAIM survey, NVDA is the second most commonly used screen reader all over the world, and we continue to work in this direction to move on with this trend.
Tactile graphics are the embossed representation of diagram to the visually impaired people. Blind people touch and feel all these diagrams and thereby make a mental picture of that image. The problem is that currently all the books for the blind have only the braille part, that is, the text is converted into braille and embossed on the sheets, whereas the diagram part is like omitted from their books. So recently what we found out was that there are only 6 visually impaired students in Delhi who have taken mathematics as a subject in class 9th, and the reason was the lack of availability of diagrams in the books. In developed countries like US and UK, these diagrams are extensively drawn on swell sheets. The swell sheets have molecular coating over it, but due to this molecular coating over the sheets, these sheets are quite costly. So the cost of one sheet is like 100 to 150 rupees, and that is not affordable for our Indian perspective. So here comes an importance of developing some tactile graphics for them so that these concepts could be taught to them in a better way. So we at Assistech are producing these diagrams using thermoforming and 3D printing. So for that, we first create a master mold. The master mold is basically a combination of the braille sheet and the outline of the diagram that is produced from a 3D printer. Once we have the master mold ready, we superimpose a thermoforming sheet onto that and then we feed it into a thermoforming machine for bulk production.
What Assistech Lab and its leaders in Professor Balakrishnan, Professor Rao, etc., have actually done is that they have actually not just given us the proof of concept, not just dealt with just the research work in creating a solution, but also tied up with the industry and participated fully in the transitional research of transferring this technology from the lab to the manufacturing unit, so that the products actually come out and products do reach the end users.
So what's interesting is what we have tried to achieve is, can we make our university research more relevant to the society? I think in this process we have achieved some success. Of course, still long distance to go, because we would like to create a repeatable process which can be emulated by others, process which is actually leads to much more success. But I think we have the initial seeds for creating such an ecosystem.
गेम्स और कंप्यूटर अच्छा नहीं लगता?
लगता है, हाँ कंप्यूटर की तो बोल रहा हूँ, कंप्यूटर में गेम खेलना पसंद है।
अच्छा,
आपके मोबाइल में है?
Technological interventions can bridge this gap and ensure independence, participation, and integration of a person with blindness in the society. It's just that such solutions need to be developed and pathways are to be worked out to ensure that they reach people, empowering them to live a life of their dreams.